You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome back. If you're trying to keep up with marketing, it really feels like there's just a constant flood of information, right? New platforms, new tech.
Oh, absolutely. Every day feels like a new trend or challenge.
It's a lot, especially if you're, say, trying to stay sharp for something like your own Founder Fridays segments, maybe on The Vocal Technologist. You know the feeling. So today, we're going to try and cut through some of that. We've pulled together some really key insights, maybe a few aha moments from what's happening right now.
Yeah, and it's so important to get beyond just the headlines, to really understand what's driving the change. That's key for any effective strategy.
Okay, so let's dive right in. AI, it's everywhere. But what kind of jumped out at me was this stat. Apparently, nearly 75% of developers think AI could handle most, maybe even all, of a company's marketing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's a pretty big statement from them. Definitely suggests a bit of a confidence gap compared to how marketers might see things. What do you make of that developer view?
Well, it probably stems from how deeply they use AI themselves. Like 90% are already using it daily. So from their perspective, maybe it seems plausible.
Right.
But, and this is a big but for marketers, we need to be really careful, especially with things like AI search visibility tools. They often promise a lot.
How so?
Well, they tend to rely on synthetic prompts, you see. They don't usually have access to actual real user data. And measuring accurately gets super tricky because search terms change constantly. That's query variance plus personalization. And the AI models themselves change their outputs. So the question becomes, if the data isn't really reflecting real users, how much can you actually trust those reports to tell you what's working?
So AI might take our jobs, but it can't even tell us if it's doing a good job yet.
Sort of. It highlights the need for, human oversight and critical thinking about the data we're getting.
That's a great point. And this uncertainty around AI measurement kind of makes you ask, okay, where are the marketing dollars making a clear impact then? Which leads nicely into the huge shift we're seeing in social media. Is massive. Unilever moving half its budget.
Half? That's incredible.
Yeah, and something like 80% of marketers overall are reallocating funds towards social. It's really become central for, discovery, engagement, even buying.
Yeah.
Ad spend's projected to hit, $406 billion globally by 2029?
Huge numbers. And what's interesting is seeing who is making it work. Brands like Wild, Duolingo, Lowe's, Marks & Spencer, they're seeing real sales growth, especially with Gen Z and millennials.
Okay, but how? Is it just being there?
Not just being there, no. It's about hyper-relevant niche content. And actually, LLMs, the tech behind ChatGPT, they're subtly changing things too, like homepage copy. It's pushing towards focusing on very specific features rather than broad outcomes. And that small change, it might actually help smaller players compete because it reduces the power of just pure brand recognition sometimes.
That makes sense. It reminds me a bit of Gary Vaynerchuk's advice, find what works organically, tweak it, then amplify it.
Exactly. That whole jab, 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 right hook idea, give value, build that connection.
Especially around niche passions.
Right.
Not just broad appeal.
Precisely. And focusing on that kind of real engagement, that precise content, it demands a different way of measuring success. It can't just be about chasing volume anymore.
That is such a key takeaway. Shifting from volume to value. And this reminds me of that whole Amazon situation recently when they pulled out of Google Ads.
Right. That caused quite a stir.
Yeah, because initially clicks actually went up 7.8% and costs, the CPCs, they dropped 8.3%. Looked good on the surface.
Yeah, but here's the twist, and it's crucial. Even with more traffic, the actual value of conversions went down 5.5%. And ROAS, return on ad spend, that dropped 4.4%. Big time. Most sectors basically walked into a volume trap. They got the clicks, but lost efficiency because, shoppers still expected Amazon-level pricing and speed, which most couldn't match. Only electronics really saw gains, probably because they could compete on speed and price. It just hammers home that point. You have to track value, not just volume.
Which is why tools like LinkedIn's new post-level analytics are probably quite welcome, right? Giving creators actual insights into impressions, follower growth, helping track what matters.
Definitely. It's about understanding impact. Look at Dropbox, too, with their content for Dropbox sign.
Oh, yeah. What do they do?
Well, they apparently tripled their content production without spending more money.
How'd they pull that off?
By being smart and agile, they connected an automated content calendar directly to specific business goals, their KPIs, like trial signups, actual user engagement, measuring and optimizing for real outcomes, not just, views.
That's efficiency right there.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
a great model.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening? Whether you're planning your next marketing campaign or maybe even thinking about content for something like Sounder Fridays, seems pretty clear, doesn't it? Modern marketing is really about being strategically agile. It's valuing real impact over just getting eyeballs and properly understanding these new platforms and AI, not just, chasing the next shiny thing.
Absolutely. And maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. In this landscape that changes so fast, are you just chasing traffic? Or are you really building a strategy around creating sustained value and authentic engagement? What does that focus mean for your next big idea?
Really powerful questions to think about. Thanks so much for joining us on this exploration today. We'll catch you next time.
Spoken Tech for your ears.